今天我们来玩史丹利的寓言这个终极豪华版的这个汉化，我们来试看这款到底玩什么鬼的，完了搞了一个汉化。
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
这好像是一个蛮搞笑的。
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427号。
Number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
这么简单的工作我也要做嘞，蛋疼无比。
Every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
仿佛他就是为了这份工作而生。
Was happy.
这就是我们的男主角啊。
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour.
然后没有人给他工作吗？
Not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid.
难道他是这个世界末日唯一一个人类？
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
为什么这个广播人一直叫我做事的？哦，他那个汉化，连他的杯子，连他那个隔板那些都汉化掉哦。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
他之前有一个出了一个版本，然后他现在算是一个 remaster 的版吧，然后好像有新增那些内容，但最大问题它是原本只有英文版的，所以我一路来没玩，然后最近找到了一个汉化。
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
这广播人是谁呀？好烦呐喂！一直告诉我要干嘛？你看他汉化连那些版都汉化好强哦。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
他走进了左边的门。
on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it.
偏偏不要
He
跟
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
他叫我走左，我就偏不走左啊，啥意思？
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
哦，那边啊，他就走这里。不要，我就偏不走，
Stanley was so bad at following
不听
directions,
指挥。
it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
这么多年没有被开除。好像不一样的吧路。如果不跟着他，好像不一样的路诶。不当操作，罚款1000，跳下5000。哦。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
Toru?
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
你
else
很难
can be
相信
difficult,
别人。
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
不管
I
他，
was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
我不管他，
Convinced that when something bad to happen to you?
我不管。
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want
真
to
心
help
想帮
you,
你。
to show you something beautiful.
不要，
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me
给我一个
a
机
chance.
会，真的吗？我不信啊，很古
Now
怪啊。
listen carefully, this is
来来来
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
他证明给我看了，所以我一定要听他的。慢等啊！不管。没有办法沟通。他把那个门盖掉了，他逼我走不掉。是有人，我不管他。
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
我不会阻止你的。
You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? I think I put a lot of time into that because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
我好像不听他的，他就一直卡着嘛，我不管。看，我不管了。
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
这干嘛？无了。
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from?
Come on!
How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
新的版本。
To be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
为什么
Let's take a look.
他改了一个版本，全球排行榜，然后又回来这里，这么多人，我现在是解了一个彩蛋成就是什么？又回来这里。
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
3中等。
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
这么简单的游戏，他现在是在考验我的智商吗？
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
不按，我就偏不按。
You heartless
无情的混蛋！就这样刁难我。对呀，就是。
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
我不敢结束。
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just raise the pain.
他已经绝望。
What do we have here?
烦呢。
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
我读取了一个什么游戏啊？哦，换了一个。
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
这款游戏玩什么鬼？我到底玩了什么鬼？偷窥狂。
Civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
游戏是一直在听他讲话吗
Everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
哦，你到底玩了什么？我不是在办公室的吗？逛了一圈，什么屁都没有啊！下去哦。干嘛？
Oh no. No, it can't be.
没事。No！ 我要去哪？
It is. It's an open world game.
开
Oh
放
God,
世界。
quickly block it off.
哦，什么意思？
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
什么？
Thank heavens.
我们逃过了一劫。
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Huh?
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
这是the thing。哦，这是个，这他妈，我到底在玩什么鬼游戏？
Just a nice big box that you can run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
Game design?
If you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
Let's
There are
see.
lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no race
是
track.
别款游戏的
Okay,
那个
I'm seeing
赛
that
道
there's a
吧？
ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
哦，这是别个游戏了，不是吗？叫什么名字了啊？那个，你是玩坏了吧？这款给我玩到，不是这样子玩的吧？把我推进去。
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is
有没有
this
成就？
fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple
来这
balls
几个
makes
球，
for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
什么鬼？
Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery
进去。
shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
What? What? 进分，进啊！
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having... Hold on.
哎，我跳去啊！我跳去啊 ！Hold on, what are you doing？ 哎，哇！哎，
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
我从上面掉下来呀！哦，没有他了！哇，游戏正式的开始了。没有他之后是好乱走，又在跌啊，又跌。我跌去哪里？跌去一个平台。哦，完蛋了，完蛋了！这到底是玩了什么鬼？我跌到这游戏的一个。我不知道。哎，有灯了。哦，哦，走去哪里啊？哎，又回来了，427。这个时空，我的房间不一样啊。啥意思啊，喂？
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's got
他做到了。
down in
他现在
wherever he
所
is
在的
right
地方。
now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end.
所以我是因为不听他的话，所以乱走到一个。
That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
结束了，所以我是玩完的吗？我那一个什么垃圾的结局吗？感觉像是，是吧？你看又从头开始了，我到底玩了 什么？
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
你开始过了啦。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
我要从话要听他的话才可以真正的玩这款游戏啊！我刚才一整期在干嘛？